Oh yes. Oh yes, yes, yes. Oh yes. Yes, yes. You're probably wondering why. Well, let me tell you why. Today, bollocks. I think I broke something. No, everything's fine. We're doing this. Oh yes, we're doing this. This thing, which was a kind of a cheapo mixer that we bought at some appliance store, cheapest we could find, that wasn't totally crap. She noticed this. Some of you that understand a little bit how the electrons, travel about, might look at this and go, oh, that's not good. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. It is, right? It's yeah. This can the wiring looks good, but this could, scratch and rub together, and then suddenly the wire is exposed and you have 220 volts running about, and it shorts the whole thing. Anyway, it's not good. This is not good. This is not good. And she asked me, oh, can't you put some, insulating tape on it and it will be fine? And I'm like, no, it won't. No, you're just hiding the problem, and unless you want to get zapped, then you would do that. So, no. I want to open this to make a proper repair, and what I'm probably going to do is to cut off this wire and stick it on the inside, just a few centimeters in, and remake all the connections, maybe a little bit of soldering here and there, because I'd like to tinker. But we'll see. We'll see. Now, let's be serious. Ooh, nylon. Very handy for industrial application. Oh, there's something fascinating about this thing I just noticed. If I can film this. The latch to hold the mixer head on, it's all plastic, by the way. It's absolute rubbish. It's ABS, probably. Judging by the looks of it, yes, it's probably ABS. Anyway, you look inside, and if you press the little dingers on the sides, you can see there. Do you see that white bit moving on the sides there? Yeah, when I press this, look, there you go, there you go. Can I have a bit more light? There you go. Here it is. So you press this, and the little nylon, I'm assuming it's nylon, teeth moving, getting out of the way, so you can pull the piece out, and when you need to assemble it again, the head for the mixing part, you just force it in, and they will automatically get out of the way, click, and lock on back to the initial position. Clever, clever. These engineers, rather clever. Is this durable though? I would say, take a guess, no. These parts, usually made with nylon, which is rather cheap, they sometimes have to. This is probably a simple motor, brushless, probably, inside of this case, but this axis has to pull sometimes quite a bit of torque with this simple cross shape, and this piece is the first thing to go. I know, because I had a couple of these, and that's always the failure point. The bloody wheels failing because they get all worn out because of the torque that they need to apply sometimes. So, would I rather have metal on this one? Oh, bloody hell, yes. Anyway, we don't have time for this. I'm here to complain. Well, file a complaint anyway. I'm here to complain. That's what I like to do. So, I have nothing against the good people of China. You make wonderful products. No one's saying otherwise. We all buy it, even if we don't want to, because most of European brands, that you can buy are actually not made in Europe. It's all made in China with, you know, the stamp on it to pretend they're Bosch or Blaupunkt or whatever. Why am I using German names? I'm sure there are good brands out there which are not German, like Molinex. Oh, never mind, that went bankrupt. Because some McKinsey acolyte effed up the whole place. So, yeah, I also hate McKinsey people. Just let it be noted. Anyway, what am I complaining about? Look at this wonderful piece of design. Two things. First of all, I hate this rubbery type plastic thingy. I think it's TPU probably, and it gets really gooey after a while. It might look nice in the beginning, but as you can see on the lid, which is covered with the same material, it's already a bit gooey. And for a kitchen appliance where you deal with moisture and fat and all, you know, all sorts of contamination, that's just not, no, that's not a good idea, okay? Just never use that. In the 80s, we had appliances, and in the 70s, I suppose, made entirely out of cheap, brightly colored plastic, and possibly that white plastic that turns into yellow, I'm guessing polyethylene. I might be wrong. And they just work. All right, no need for this crap. This gooey, sticky stuff is crap. No need for that. So just don't use it. Second complaint. Yeah, would it hurt you to put a couple of screws anywhere on the body of this thing so I can actually open it and repair it? Wouldn't it be nice? So, yes, this is crap. Well, not crap, but it's not exactly up to standard. Anyway, what do I want to do? I want to open this, but I've been fighting with this thing for hours, trying to understand, where should I open this device? How do I pull out the elements? How do I remake the wiring? And it's just, it's rubbish. So what do we have here? This little aluminium, well, probably not aluminium, it's maybe a mix, an alloy of some sort. Little panel gives it an industrial look, but it's all appearance, actually, because this is a 0.5 millimeter thick plate in front. This could be plastic, you know. I wouldn't mind this being plastic, but no. Some designer along the way decided that, oh, this is good, yeah, we should use this because it looks fancy. Anyway, this has two buttons, power on and off, you know, pressure sensor, I suppose, some kind of clickily baitly thingy. Then the turbo. This is very 80s, by the way. People in the 80s, brands anyway, they used to put turbo in front of everything. Like today, we stick an AI label. In the 80s, we used to, you know, every time you wanted something to sound fancy and powerful, you would put turbo in front of it. Yeah, you remember Battlestar Galactica, Star Wars, everything was turbo. Oh, they hit our turbo lasers. Do lasers need turbo? They don't. They don't. So we need AI as much as we need turbo stuck on stuff. It's rubbish. Nonsense. I digress. Well, I've been digressing ever since I started recording this anyway. But yeah, as you can see, there's no bloody... Well, I can see a couple of screws down there. Yes, how do I reach them? I have no idea. So I've been fighting with this to try to find how do I open this? There's no latches, there's no seams. This seam here, right? It looks like a two-part mold, but this is not an actual seam. This is a one-piece tube, not a two-piece thingy. It's just these are just mold lines. I took the sticker off, no screws, and I fought with this for hours until I had an intuition. regarding bad design, and against nothing against Chinese people, but would it kill you to stick some visible screws on it? It's a tool, not a work of art. Anyway. And lo and behold, this is ridiculous. If I stick my knife up in there, let's see if I don't destroy anything. Yes. Ooh, oh. And it just pops off. Very, very solid. Very well designed. As you can see here, there's a kind of an indentation here with a scale of sorts. And of course, this is ABS. Yeah, you can see on the label with a gooey TPU type finish thing that is already falling apart. Very clever. And has this scale for the power, the revolutions, I'm assuming of the motor, right? So my best guess is that this is probably a potentiometer stuck down there, and you control the speed by rotating the head of this little crappy device. So I'm guessing that what you do is this, and then it's on the other, it's the other way. You just stick the head here, and you control the speed by rotating this little knob. So if you want to go faster, you have to, if you want to finish faster, you have to fondle the knob and just fondle it until you get to the proper speed. There are, well, you ladies know what I'm talking about, right? I'm not referring to kitchen appliances, mind you. So, you have a speed selector. The funny part about this piece is that, bloody hell, it just pops off and then flies away, flies off, just out of control. The teeth here that control the clicking of this device are actually molded into this ABS lid, which means, and you can see already the wear marks. You can see that this is going to stop functioning within a couple of years, because all of this will be completely flat and there won't be any clicking. But well, it doesn't matter, the potentiometer still works, right? I hope. Anyway, just stay there. Here we have a couple of screws, finally, that we can reach for screws. So I'm assuming that as soon as I remove this, the lid is probably able to be removed. And this is the rotation mechanism, which is held by these two screws on the side. There's this fixation piece here, and notice the little spring, so cute, so tiny, springy. Whoops! Oh dear. Oh, this is not very proper, is it? Oh God! Yeah. So the clicking mechanism is this tiny little spring, the tiniest spring. You remove this thing, focus. You remove this and the whole thing just doesn't click anymore. Right? Whoa. Again, never mind that. So I'm assuming that if that's the spring placement. It's not even locked in place. Amazing. If I would lock this into place, I'm guessing that now it won't click. Ooh, look at that. Smooth action. I like it. Anyway, enough with the erotica. I'm going to remove this finally once more, just for fun, popping off, popping the cap. There you go. Again, nasty. And I'm going to keep the tiny little spring inside the cap so I don't lose it, because this is going to be quite a fun show. Oh, by the way, this is my sponsor, Parkside is Life. No, it's not a sponsor, really. I just buy their shit. Now let's try to remove the bloody screws. First off, we have to take off this crown so we can actually make something of it. I'm guessing Phillips head. It's written right there, ABS as well, so this is all ABS. Cheapo, plastico. I guess this will do. And let's try to remove this. Is this focused? I have no idea. Sometimes I'm not looking at the camera the whole time, so it's probably not focused sometimes. Don't mind that. There you go. There you go. Come to Papa. Come to Papa. Yes. Yes. There you go. So that's the control for the speed potentiometer, I'm assuming. I'll keep it there. Did someone memorize the position of this device? Because it has the small bit and the larger bit, and this has to be match the orientation of the thingy. So I hope you're looking at this, because I will forget the whole thing, and then there will be parts left over and whatnot. Anyway, look at that. Look at that. That's the speed control. Has some, again, ABS. Has some lubricant goo, assuming probably silicon based, and this whole fancy aluminium cover is actually a 0.5 millimeter thick stamped aluminium plate with 4 teeth just bent over the plastic. So very simple, very effective. If it works, it ain't stupid, as they say, right? So engineering. And well, I wasn't expecting to see the potentiometer right in front of my face as soon as I opened this, but there it is. There it is. Simple and easy, you know. Nylon rod with the axes, the electric circuit, the electronics are right under the lid. So I'm assuming this is maximum speed and this is the lower setting. This all looks very breakable, by the way. So we'll see. We'll see about this. Anyway, let's carry on. I need a bigger one. That's what she said. And let's carry on and use this larger Phillips head. God knows what's going to happen, because all I want is to access the wiring so I can fix this for good, so my wife doesn't get electrocuted. Although I must say she's very electrocute. I know, it's very cringe, but it's electrician pun. I'm not an electrician, so I can do that. It's an amateur, you know. 4 screws, Phillips head, right. Cheap alloy, obviously. No, wait. This is probably zinced steel. Yeah, you know. I mean, this was not expensive, so I'm not expecting, you know, have gold-plated appliances popping out. But anyway, so this is probably a second lid. We should find the electronics underneath if I'm able to. Ooh, this comes out very easily. And okay, so now it gets a bit tricky. Another ABS plate, which is the housing for the potentiometer there, and you can actually see the serial number right there. I can't make out exactly what it is because I haven't got my glasses on. KB31518, I'm assuming, and the rest you can read it. I don't know. Held on with just 2 little teeth here on the side. And now I hate these connections because I always break this down whenever I try to disassemble any device that looks like this. So, but I would like to remove it to have a little bit more maneuvering room here, because I need to probably need to remove all of this wiring, and I can see that the power button, there it is. Sorry, I wasn't it wasn't in the shot, but the power button, just a simple lever with, I can see the spring. I'm not sure this is visible in the camera. I can see the little spring. It's probably connecting to a simple switch, and there's a relay somewhere there, and the condenser, not the condenser, sorry, I'm thinking in Portuguese. Damn it, I forgot the name. And now I lost the screw. Oh, there it is. What's the name I'm looking for? Never mind, I'll remember. Anyway, that's the bit I wanted to reach, the electric wiring. I'm not going to do any advanced electronic stuff today, because I just would be a waste of time. I just need to remove this sleeve and push it outwards so I can actually mend the wire. Yeah, there you go. This is what I wanted. Now, things will get a little bit more complicated, I'm assuming, because this is... oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I didn't want to do any soldering on this one. And here we are. I don't think she minds if I shorten this out. I mean, I will probably cut off this wire and strip it and solder it back into the main plate and put everything together, because I want this to be safe. And this doesn't look up to standard. Not proper and correct. So I will probably remove this bit here. This is obviously the part that undergoes the most mechanical stresses, because it bends, and a number of times when you manipulate the device, and it's going to break. Probably going to, the wires are a bit frayed already, I'm assuming. So, I don't trust this cheap stuff. But anyway, I need to remove this so I can... Ooh, oh dear, that's not good. Oh, crap. Look at this. Look at this job. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the red wire. Right there. Huh? I can see the copper. It's not... it's not visible on camera. Because my camera sucks. It's not actually a camera, it's a phone. But you can see there, the wire has been crushed and it's exposing a bit of it. So any day now, this is probably going to short out, and someone's going to have a bad day. No pancakes for you. Which, incidentally, is what we're doing. Anyway, let's see if I can remove this little plate here without any further damage. I think I'll have to push on the other side. Come on. Come on, that's it. Good boy. Yeah. Yeah. Not great stuff. But it was cheap. So, you know, someone saved a couple of bucks. And some shareholder is very happy. It's probably a Mackenzieite, as usual. Anyway, now comes a tricky bit. How do I remove the whole plate if I don't see any more screws or anything really holding this down? Do I just pull it out? I know. I'm just never mind. do I just pull out the plate here from underneath? These wires are not in a good place. Oh God, yes, so this bends over and comes to this end here, and yeah, okay. How do I remove this without breaking everything? Yeah, you know, that's what pisses me off about these cheap tools. They're not made to be repaired. They're made to be manufactured quickly and cheaply, to be sold to people who, you know, want to buy on the cheap, like, you know, my case. And they function for about 2 years, maybe 3. And once it's the warranty is over, they just break down because poor quality. But the most important part for me is that I would like to be able to repair this. I would love to be able to repair this. And there's not an easy way. There's no screws, there's no obvious way, there's no modular parts that you can actually swap in and out. So I hate it. At the same time, I love it because I love a challenge, you know. I love it when they fight. Don't write this down. Anyway, let's try to, maybe if I can pull very gently as always, pull the plate out by this side here, and maybe if I pull really hard, it's not moving. It's not moving, and I don't want to risk it. Would it be possible? I see there's a little lip there, which is probably the aluminium plate that we have in the front. So I would maybe be able to pull this out like this. There you go. There you go. Nice and easy. And yeah, as I suspected, the aluminium plate, as you can see, is just very, very thin. This is decorative, if anything. So yeah, mix, cream, ice. So there's a subliminal message here, you know. Mix, cream, ice. It's probably a racist message. Mix, cream, and ice. But this is definitely a hidden political message. I'm going to be cancelled. All right. Anyway, what to do? I feel like, should I remove these buttons here? I don't think so. I don't see any way to remove this because, hang on, I see something. This panel here that holds the power and the turbo button, you have to say it like that, turbo button, is fixed on the inside with those horrible, nasty clip-on ABS teeth that I really hate. So I'm assuming that this is not soldered on, is it? Maybe not. I'm assuming that if I pull there, no, wait, if I push that little fitting there, this front panel might come off, and this plate should be able to be pulled up. Maybe? I don't know. Let's make it interesting. Let's make it interesting. And let's break some stuff up. So, okay, this is nice. Come on. I'm much quicker with the hammer. But I'm trying to be delicate, you know? Just like my... That's what she said again. I apologize. I say this a lot because it's just unavoidable. All right, so yeah, this part is moving. Now, without breaking anything else, would I be able to pull the whole thing out of the case? Will I? Will you? Help! Will this work after I'm done with it? That's the big question. Alrighty then. Maybe if I try to pry this open with this little tool, I can get this to... Come on. Come on. No. I'm assuming it's probably another locking type thingy on the bottom of this one, and to pull it out, again, apologies, I should... Yeah, I hate it. It's one of those pieces that it has this kind of clip-on ABS tooth, right? And it's easy to push it in because it locks in place, but to push it out, you really have to use, I don't know, magic or something, or a hammer. I mean, if I could use a hammer, I would be done with this much quicker. But then I would sleep on a couch. We don't want that, do we? Come on. You're probably laughing at my lack of competence. But, yeah, okay. So this is not locking this. Well, this has this little rod, do you see, in front of, yeah, the little rod that pushes the axis of the power button. It doesn't touch anything on the inside though. The switch is probably further in the back, but this button, this plastic rod here probably stops the whole set from moving upwards, and I should be able to... Where's the light? Where's the light? I'm not sure if you can see this, but I can see a couple of prongs sticking downwards on top of this plate. That's probably, maybe, I'm speculating, this is probably what holds the whole thing together and locks this circuit in place. Oh, look at this. Look at this crap right there. Do you see that? Huh? Look at this. It's also another one that was crushed in, probably during assembly. Bad job. Bad job. Chinese workers, you should be punished. Apologies to the Chinese workers, you're probably under a lot of pressure. But anyway, come on, guys, seriously, look at this. Look at this, is poor craftsmanship. Come on, not a good job. Not a good job. Yeah, it's actually surprising that this didn't blow up in our faces the first time we used it, to be honest. I'm guessing that's why they have those KC quality control past stamps, stickers. Anyway, let's try and pry this out. Do I have any way to pry out the power button? Is it possible? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. If it was that easy, hey? Look at that. Oh, clever bastards. So, the power button has this little rod that probably pushes the switch to close the circuit, right? But notice that this is made of a transparent material to conduct light to the main plate of this. This is the power button has light, obviously, and so the button is shit. You see what I was telling you about? This already broke off. One of the clippings, teeth, whatever you want to call it, just snapped off because this is horrible. This is not ABS. This is probably, I don't know, not acrylic either. polycarbonate, I'm guessing, transparent, painted black, with this little stencil here, and then this rod conducts light to the button, making it shiny and fanciful, I suppose. There's an LED. Yeah, there it is. That's the LED. So I'm guessing that, yeah, you can see on the inside there's a spring on the turbo button that pushes the button outwards, with two rods to keep the button, you know, on its axis, the vertical axis. So not too complicated, I suppose. But I would like to know if we are able to remove this whole panel assembly from the front without breaking anything else. Should I be able to remove this turbo thingy button? Am I? I'm guessing no. But yeah, this is probably assembled like that. Maybe if I get creative, I could. Oh dear, oh dear! Stop snapping! Come on, get out. Maybe I could. Maybe no, it doesn't fit. Never mind that. I need to disassemble the whole thing and remove. I would like to see the motor as well, and the gears, the reduction gears on the bottom. I'm sure there are some reduction gears, because this being a simple electric motor, this is how many watts? 1500 watts. So I'm guessing it's small electric motor, a couple of reduction gears here for, you know, reducing the speed, getting a little bit of torque. So I'm guessing probably has some kind of planetary gears or something like that, and then it all fits on this nylon axle. But I can see a retention ring and some grease. Is that grease? Yeah, it's a bit shiny grease. I can see a couple of screws as well, which leads me to believe that this cap at the end probably snaps off as well, and the screw heads are turned this side up, which means that maybe either they're locking the motor in position inside the case, or if I was able to remove this cap, I could probably access the screws and the gears and the motor on the inside. So I'm a bit lost. Now, what should I do with this wiring? If you want me to be honest, I think the best option would be for me to replace the whole wiring on this, and I will probably do that if I have a little bit of time, because this is all crushed. This wiring is absolute toss. This is probably going to short out if we don't do anything in the future. This one has to be replaced as well, and this one obviously is pure, unadulterated. Am I pronouncing this properly? Rubbish. So this is an absolute disaster. I'm guessing I could fix this in a pinch with some thermal retractable sleeve, but that wouldn't be a long-term proper solution for this. Focus. I don't know why the camera could just here show the wiring. Where's the camera? Come on, focus. Here, you bastard. There you go. See, it's already a little bit frayed. Not good. So yeah, well, if any of you gents and ladies have any ideas on how should I continue to pry this open, to try to fix it, just let me know, because I'm at the end of I'm at my wit's end at this point. So I'm going to have dinner now, and I'll pick this later on. But for now, success. I like. No, not really. No, I just don't want to throw this away. I mean, there's so many appliances that we buy on the cheap, and then we have to throw away after 2-3 years. I'm not that kind of person. I'm really stubborn. I don't want to do that. I want to recover this. I want to work on it, and I wanted to make it last for a couple more years, a lifetime, if possible. You learn something, you save some money, you waste away your life. It is what it is. Anyway, I'll leave it for now, and I'll try to see what I can do later on. That's it. See you later, and just help me fix the turbo thingy. So yeah, that's it. Oh, you want a reference for this? Sure. Here it is. It's a Create FullMix Protool. Pro tool being ironic, of course. This is amateur hour. Multifunction hand blender. So it basically blends your hands. You put your hands in it and it blends. Never mind. Bad joke. Power 1500 watt, 220 to 240 volt, 50-60 hertz, and this is the serial number P7731-C17877, 620, made in PRC, People's Republic of China. Again, thank you, China, for the cheap tool. It was very useful until this happened, so it's your responsibility. Yeah. What to do? That will be all for today. Just skedaddle.